Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be doing another cosplay makeup tutorial, and as you can see, I'm dressed like Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z. I know this is a really old show, but so many people still love it, and it's iconic, and Android 18 is so cool. Like, I am so happy I put together this cosplay. I cut this wig myself, and it's not the best, but try to look past that. Also, this is the first lace front wig I've ever owned, and it looks like it's still glued to my head for now. So we're doing good. I actually got most of this stuff from like the thrift store, so it's a really easy cosplay to do. Honestly, the most challenging part of this cosplay is just the wig, which I'm not qualified to show you how to style, but I can show you how I did her makeup. I'm taking my Morphe contour sponge and my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in shade 110. This is just a sample I got from Sephora, and I'm applying it all over my face. And the sponge is wet, by the way, I forgot to mention that. And this might just be the best foundation formula I have ever used for my skin, but unfortunately they don't even have it in my shade. I know they have a million shades, but it's too light for me. Look at this. With my Tarte Shape Tape in Fair and this IT Cosmetics concealer brush, I am applying concealer under my eyes. I always use the paddle side of the brush to spread the product around. This includes putting it on top of my eyelids to hide my veins, and then I go in with the fluffy end of the brush to blend everything out. And I'm taking that concealer and dotting it all over my face on my problem areas, and I'm not too concerned about blending it out because I'm actually going in with another foundation on top of this. With my Bare Minerals Beautiful Finish brush and my original Bare Minerals foundation in Fair, I am applying this all over my face. And I feel like applying a powder foundation over my liquid foundation really sets everything and gives me the extra coverage that I need. Now I'm taking this unbelievably old Avon eyeshadow brush and I'm packing on that Bare Minerals foundation just on all of my breakouts for extra coverage. Taking my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and my Morphe M437 brush, I'm setting the concealer I applied on my eyelids, and then I am applying this on my T-zone to do some oil control. Now with my Morphe E12 brush, I'm going to set underneath my eyes with that same translucent powder. With my IT Cosmetics Build a Brow brush, I'm going to pick up the lighter shade in my Anastasia Soft Brown Brow Powder, and I'm filling in my brows, but I'm trying really hard not to make them any thicker. Android 18 has really thin eyebrows, and they also don't really have an arch, so I'm trying to keep these as straight as possible. And it's really hard to do because I naturally have an arch there, but this is the best I can do without having to conceal my brows. Speaking of concealing, I'm taking my Voying Concealer from Benefit and my Morphe M559 brush, and I'm just going to clean up the area around the eyebrows, make sure they're symmetrical, there's nothing out of place, just really make them look perfect. I'm taking the shade Fawn from my Anastasia Light Contour Kit, and I'm using my Morphe M164 brush, and I am going to contour my nose. On each side of my nose, I'm just drawing out a straight line to be blended out later. I always draw these lines really harsh and dark because I know that there needs to be enough darkness there so that when I blend it out, there's still color. I'm also taking that contour powder and putting it under the tip of my nose so that I have a completely new nose shape on the end as well. And I started to drag that color a little bit down my nose. Then I always back up and look to make sure those lines look straight and are parallel to each other. With my Morphe M209, I'm going to blend out this harsh line. On the underside of that harsh line, I'm going to be blending everything downwards, like towards my ears, to make it look like there's a shadow being cast down the entire side of my nose. And there's no product on this brush, I'm just using it for blending. On the upper side of that line, I'm just going to drag that brush very lightly over top of it to blend it out just slightly. I'm picking up the shade Vanilla from the same palette with my Morphe E12 brush, and I'm applying that on the sides of my nose. This is just an extra step to try and get that brown to blend in with my skin tone, or, well, my foundation tone. I'm taking that same translucent powder and the M437 brush, and I'm just sweeping that over this nose contour to soften everything and make it look more natural. With the lightest brown shade in my IT Cosmetics My Sculpted Face palette and my Morphe M523 brush, I'm going to contour my cheeks. And this is the only contour color I have that looks good on my cheeks, so in order to contour both my face and nose, I have to use two different palettes. I'm taking this really light brown shade from my Morphe 35K palette, and I'm picking it up with my Morphe M433 brush, and I am just applying that in my crease. This is just my initial transition shade, so I'm just going to build up that color later on. Then going into the same palette and picking up this slightly darker brown, I'm just going to layer that on top of the first transition shade just to start slowly building up that color. It's the same brush, by the way. It's my favorite brush to apply transition colors. With my Morphe M562, I am just going to take that same brown color and apply it on my lower lash line. And I'm also connecting it to where I applied this color in the crease. Oh, look at my face. So I'm also applying it on the inner half of the lower lash line. Now taking my Morphe M506 with no product on it, I'm just going to blend out any harsh edges I have. This is my biggest tip on how to get a blended eyeshadow look. Just use a clean brush. I'm taking this light sparkly color and I am picking it up with my Morphe M322 brush, and I'm applying it all over my lid. The reason I'm not using a packing brush is because I just wanted a light dusting of glitter. I'm really going for a natural eyeshadow look for this because Android 18 doesn't... I can't see her wearing different colors and having a smoky eye. She's very natural. I'm taking my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Pearl, and I'm picking it up with my Morphe B16 brush after I wet it with some MAC Fix Plus, and I am applying this underneath my eyebrow. And since I'm using this as a brow bone highlight, I'm applying it only to the outer half of my eye. Then I'm highlighting my inner corner with that same highlighter and brush. Now with my IT Cosmetics Black Gel Liner Pencil, I am tight lining my eyes. Then I'm taking my Loreal Infallible Gel Eyeliner and my Morphe MB32 brush, and I am lining my upper lash line. The outer half of Android 18's eyes are pointed upwards quite a bit, so even though I wanted this look to be slightly natural, I decided to do some winged eyeliner. With my MAC Fascinating White Eye Kohl, I am lining my waterline. I've got to make my eyes look bigger if I'm going to be an anime girl. Then I am curling my lashes, and I'm going to be using my Clinique High Impact Mascara. I'm applying several coats of this, not only to the top, but also to my bottom lashes. I feel like bottom lashes are really important to make your eyes pop. For lashes, I'm wearing my Gothica lashes from Fright Cosmetics, the Halloween brand. Yeah, it's really hard to apply false lashes on camera. I keep wanting to go out of the frame because I'm wanting to get as close to the mirror as possible. So when I bought these lashes, I cut off the outer end of them so they wouldn't be too long, and I saved the little pieces from the end so that I could apply them on my lower lash line. Android 18 has really prominent lower lashes, but only in her outer corner, so it was really important for me to apply that big piece of lash in addition to all the mascara I applied. And now I'm taking that L'Oreal gel eyeliner again and using it to cover up that glue and the lash line. Now taking my Becca highlighter again, I am dabbing that on the tip of my nose for a little nose highlight. I feel like my nose contour just doesn't look complete until I do this step. Now this isn't necessary, but I'm also taking my Morphe B16 again with that same highlighter, and I'm just doing a tiny little line down my nose just to highlight it. But honestly, I'm just so white that when I highlight my entire nose, it barely shows up anyways, so. With my Morphe M510 and that same highlighter again, I am highlighting my cheeks. And of course, I am applying multiple layers. So out of focus, but I'm using my Maybelline Color Sensational lipstick in Bare All, and I'm applying this all over my lips to pretty much cancel out the color. Anime girls don't really have full lips. To finish things off, I'm taking my Nars Roman Holiday lipstick and applying it just to the center of my lips. I'm doing this because I felt like I needed to add a little bit more life to my face after blocking out my lip color. And then I'm using my Ancient Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray to set my face. Now to apply my wig, and I found this one on Amazon. It is a lace front and I cut and styled it myself, and that's why it's a little bit rough around the edges. So I've already plopped the wig on my head, and to lay down that lace, I'm using my Got To Be Glued styling gel and this dual-ended cotton swab that has a paddle end and a pointed end. With the pointed end, I'm going to slide it under that lace and apply the glue, gel, whatever. Android 18 doesn't have bangs or anything, and you very clearly see where her hair is growing out of her head, and that's why it was so important for me to get lace front. And I'm pressing down the lace with that paddle side to get the lace to stick to my skin. Now, I know Android 18 has completely blonde hair with no brown roots, but I knew that if I got a lace front that was completely platinum blonde, it would look really bizarre if it was growing out of my head. So to make things look more natural and realistic, I got something with dark roots to kind of mimic my own hair color. Alright guys, so that was how you do your makeup like Android 18. Dragon Ball characters have really weird shaped eyes, so it's definitely not exact, but I mean, I look like her. I'll tell you, the funniest thing about wearing her at a convention is everyone asking me where Android 17 is, but no one cares to ask about Krillin. And I don't know what was more surprising, Vegeta and Bulma or Android 18 and Krillin. Like, the surprise of the series. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was somewhat educational and helped you out in some way. And if you have further questions about the specifics of anything else with this costume, feel free to leave a comment. So if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe to my channel. I've been posting mostly makeup related videos, but I'm trying to do more cosplay stuff as well. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys.